Here in Lubec, Maine, the last of the smoked herring industry, McCurdy Smokehouse's on Water Street, a boat comes in with his catch of herring to be processed. This boat is the Tammy Jones, owned by Ralph Lord. Water is pumped into the hole to bring the fish to float. That helps to keep the fish from breaking and tearing while the fish is being pumped through to the sluice and to its tanks that await inside the stringing shed. Here the two men on deck, Ralph Lord front, the captain of the vessel, and behind him John P. McCurdy, owner of McCurdy Smoked Herring Industry. While the boat is into dock, herring, gulls, and seals come close by in hopes to get a quick meal.
Get in there.
Okay. Look at that. Isn't that some easy though, huh?
I got a good.
As fish is being pumped out of the vessel, Raymond Brown gets down into the hole and using a steady flow of water washes his catch towards the hose of the pump. Inside, the fish comes through the sluice and goes into the tanks. The fish is moved along the sluice by water. Each tank has a door. Men inside can close the door once a tank is full. The fish will move along to the next tank that is empty. These sticks is called a spudger. It is used for spudging herring and helping to mix the fish and salt together so that the fish is treated and helps the herring to take its salt. Different tanks hold different lots of herring. Some 4 hogshead tanks, some 5 or 6 hogshead tanks. Each tank, the fish is treated with salt. A 5 hogshead tank, 10 50-pound bags of salt is used. This not only salts the fish, but also treats them so they keep those for a long period of time. They are kept in this pickle for 5 days before stringing. Here Lehman Wilcox controls the door of the sluice and forces the herring down with the spudger, while Charlie Fitzsimmons removes water from the tank with a scale basket, so there are mostly fish and very little water in each tank. So once salt is added, the brine will be just right. After all the tanks are filled, then the long task of salting begins, at least another 2 to 4 hours of work. Salting these herring, wheeling bags of salt to each tank and mixing it with the fish. At least 200 bags of salt will be used to this lot of herring. This job begins after all the fish is out of the boat and into the tanks. 2 bags of salt, then spudged down, then more salt, spudged down, again and again, then 2 to 3 bags on top of each tank, all done by hand. Before the use of the pump, fish used to be taken out by 2 men, the scooper and the heister. The fish was scooped out of the boat with a scoop net. The heister would then raise a tub to the top of the heisting shed, dumped into a sluice, and gravity and water would carry the fish to the tanks that awaited inside. Now the use of the pump cuts back on manpower and cost. Not only that, but cuts back on time. Here John P. McCurdy. The fish is okay, he gives the signal from the pump house. This day 102 hogsheads pumped from the vessel to its tanks. Here, 5 days later, the same lot of fish is ready for stringing. The herring is scooped from the tanks with a scoop net and put into baskets. Then it is wheeled with a cart to the stringers. This is also done by hand. At the top of the screen, you can see the many hands of the stringers at work. The fish is then dumped onto tables for the stringers on the other side. The fish is put onto sticks, between 15 to 18 fish to a stick. This is called stringing herring. One end of the stick is sharp so the fish will slide easily through the gill and the mouth. Years ago, it was 75 cents for every 100 of sticks. Then the stringer's pay went to $1.25 for every 100. Now the stringers get $6 for every 100 sticks strung. "Pass me a bundle of sticks, please," a stringer would say. 100 sticks tied in a neat little bundle. Here the stringers, Randy Green, Harold Morse, Ralph Sawtell, Charlie Holmes, and the youngest, Howard Archer. They string the herring and put the fish on carts. They'll string 15 to 20 hogsheads per day, according to the manpower of the stringers they have that particular day. Two men to a cart. Once the cart is full, it is then wheeled outside to go to the smokehouse. The cart sits outside for 15 to 20 minutes. Water can drain from the fish before hanging.
Yeah, see, I don't understand that, because she's worked 2 years since she was 14 up in Seaview, and in the kitchen with all the machinery there.
Here on the wharf at McCurdy's, you can see the pickle draining from the herring. Also piles of soft wood used for smoking the fish. Now the long process of hanging the herring begins in the smokehouse. Charlie will pass the fish to me, Doug Hooper, the man in the bay. This lot of herring will be hung at the bottom slats of the smokehouse, at least 6 slats deep. Once these bottom slats are full, then we would move to the next house. Then the smoking begins. They will smoke for 1 week to be dried off, then passed up 3 men in a bay to the peak. Then the fish will be moved from the other houses to this house, so this lot of herring will be kept together, and more heat and smoke is used. When more fish comes in, the same process will be used till eventually all the smokehouses are full, from the peak down. It takes 6 to 8 weeks of steady smoke to cure the fish. From the time placed in pickle to the finished time of the smoking process, it's at least 10 weeks before the fish can be skinned. Each stick of herring is placed on slats from end to end. They are placed 3 to 4 inches apart to keep the fish from touching, so smoke can work its way up through the fish. A bay is roughly 3 feet apart and runs along inside the smokehouse from one end to the other and connected by 2x4s to hang the herring. These 2x4s are called slats. They are nailed about 1.5 feet one over the other all the way up. A man would have to walk along them while putting up and taking down herring. They were very greasy and slippery. A man would have to really watch himself. This house has 7 bays. You would fill one bay, then go to the other. Now the drying begins. 3 sticks of softwood to a fire. 7 fires will be touched off in this house. Softwood is used for the reason saltwater wood is harder to get now. Hardwood is not recommended. It gives off too much heat and will cause the fish to drop. You need less heat and more smoke. After the wood is placed, then the dry sawdust is used. 1 basket to every 3 fires. Then the smoker would use a torch and touch off the fires. With very little kerosene, the fires will die down and burn on its own and will be tended by the smoker. He will stand by and keep check on the fires every half hour to 45 minutes, going into a smoke-filled house, making sure the fires are only smoldering, kicking the wood together and adding more sawdust as needed. The smoke has sliding windows along both sides near the top. This helps regulate the smoke and keep out wind. Also has long opening along its peak to let out smoke. Years ago, these fires would be kept going all night long. The floor of the smokehouse is filled with gravel, about 1.5 feet deep. Before the seasonal work would begin taking in herring, 3 of us men were kept on hourly, shoveling out the old gravel from each house and replacing with new to get rid of the old grease. The slats would have to be scraped and cleaned and re-nailed from the previous year. Truckloads of salt would have to be unloaded. No forklifts were used, all done by hand. Tractor trailer loads of sawdust would arrive to be shoveled off and put into a house of its own. This was called the sawdust bin. At least 4 to 5 trailer loads for each seasonal year of smoking. Cords upon cords of softwood came in on big trucks, all sawed in 4-foot lengths to be unloaded and split. Also tractor trailer loads of supplies for making the wooden boxes that the skun herring would be packaged in. Tops, bottoms, sides shipped in from Nova Scotia and would have to be put together and nailed before the skinning process. Also preparing broken carts and many other chores. We had to work at least 4 months ahead just getting ready before fish could be taken in to be processed that year. Now 6 to 8 weeks later, it's time to take down these fish. They are now golden brown.
How
many cards you want in there, Shirley?
Have to have 3, I imagine, because you get foot back with you. Foot it.
Okie dokie. Here, Charlie Fitzsimmons pushed the fish to take down the lot of herring that was first smoked. Working our way to the peak, from the peak in order to get the herring, it would take 4 men, 3 men in a bay, passing down to the other, and 1 man putting fish on carts. One man would start up a ladder that was high enough to reach the first slat. Then straddling the bay would work his way to the top, using the slats for his only footing, and then use both his hands to pass the fish down. One man would start up a ladder, work his way to the peak. Are you all set?
These here are the good ones.
They're good ones?
Yeah.
The first man would shout. Then you would hear like a distant echo from the peak, yep, letting the second man know he was at the top and was secure. The second and then the third man would start up the ladder, one man over the other, ready to pass down, 2 sticks to a time. The man piling fish on the cart would fill one cart, push it off to the side, and fill another, filling 5 to 6 carts, then wheeling them into the skinners into the skinning shed.
Take that ladder right down the road.
Yeah.
All right. That gives Bunky a chance to get in there too. Watch it, Bunky, man, in case it don't
We
run.
call them carts. Before the carts, they were known as horses. It would take 2 men to carry them, and there were no wheels onto these carts. The technique of salting and smoking herring to cure fish was used by the early American Indians to help feed their tribes through the long winter months, long before the white man. These fish was also put onto carts, 2 sticks to a time. Here you can see the movement of Charlie Fitzsimmons and Lehman Wilcox as they're taking down fish. After one layer of fish was put onto the bottom, then we would pile fish onto the top. We would fill these carts.
Did you get it?
Now the process of wheeling the fish into the skinners began. Before the carts could go to the skinners, the fish would have to be checked to be sure that they were done.
John? John? What are you doing there? Get you some fish.
Here John P. McCurdy looks over the fish and with his hand checks that the fish is hardened. By the feel of the fish, he can tell if the fish is smoked enough. If the fish is not smoked enough, they will have to be hung back again.
Hi, I'm Bunky Tinker. Did you know that the first smoked herring killed in Lubec was in 1797 by a man named Daniel Ramsdell? By 1865, the annual output was over 500,000 boxes of smoked herring. And at the peak of the smoked herring business, there were 30 smokehouses between North Lubec And Bailey's mistake, since 1975, only one is left in the whole United States. And it is this one here in Lubec, McCurdy's Fish Company. The process today is the same as it was in the 1800s. Now I'd like for you to come with me into the skinning shed and look at the process of the smoked herring business. We're here at McCurdy's Fish Company. We're in the skinning shed part of the building, and we'll now go around and look at the ladies, talk to them, and see the process of skinning the herring. So let's go over here and let's start with Mr. Sawtell. This is Ralph Sawtell. He's a lifetime resident of Lubec. He's been doing this for many years, Ralph. How many years have you been skinning?
Well, off and on, I started, when I was about 18 years old, 17 years.
17, 18 years old, and you started skinning herring. You've seen a lot of history then in the smoked herring business.
All right. Yes, sir.
You must enjoy it. You've stayed with it.
Well, enjoyed it.
But it's a living.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
That's all there was to do back.
At this table, we have two young ladies. This is Ralph Sawtell's daughter, Natalie. This is Betty Fitzsimmons, whose father and mother worked in this business for years. Betty, would you give us a little history of your mother and father's past in the smoked herring business?
Well, Dad worked for Arthur McCurdy. He worked for Arthur for almost 40 years. He worked for Arthur McCurdy. And Mama, she was in it. Ever since I can remember, Mama's done it. My sister, she's done it. My whole family, I guess, is here at one time.
Yeah, I can remember Melvin, your father.
Yeah, he used to smoke
He was a
tender.
smoke tender, yeah,
Yeah.
for years for Arthur McCurdy.
Yeah, he worked, well, it was 40 years, over 40 years.
40 years.
Over 40 years he worked.
And now you're,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Scott, could you get a little close up? Betty will kind of slow it down, and we want to get from the time she cuts a fish to, she puts it in the box so that people can see exactly what the process is. So she's going to cut us a fish here. You cut the head off, down the belly, and then you cut the tail off. Now do it in almost your way you would now, so we can see how you do it. Good. Now when you wiggle it to break it open to get the skin off. Is it hard on the fingers, Betty?
Yes, some of them are, yeah. Some get tight. Okay.
Yeah. I suppose you get used to it after a while.
Oh, yes, yeah. It grows on you.
It grows on you.
After a while.
And what would one of these boxes weigh when it's full?
10 pounds.
10 pounds.
Yeah.
All the boxes weigh 10 pounds. You weigh the boxes before you put any fish into them.
Yeah. Like that one weighed 1 pound 10. When before I put fish, now I put it in, it has to weigh like 10. You know, than the ounce. But there's 10 pounds of fish.
10 pounds of fish.
In the box.
Yeah. And your husband works here too, Betty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a smoker. He's the smoker now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the foreman. Yeah.
In the foreman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. Thank you. Here we have Natalie. Natalie Haven, formerly Natalie Sawtell. Natalie, how long have you been?
Oh, off and on since I was 16. So it's been about 30 some odd years.
30 some odd years. And your father over there, he's still going strong.
Oh, yes,
Yeah?
yes. He'll never retire.
No.
Never.
Well, that's good. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And over in this corner over here, we have a lady that's been in it for
100.
100. This is Jessie Stafford.
It's well over 50.
Well over 50 years. And do you mind telling me your age?
I will be the 11th of December, 74.
74 years old on the 11th of December and still skinning herring.
That was 80. The best job I ever had.
You like it?
Yes, I do.
I know you do. You're here every day. You never miss.
No. I don't want to leave. I want to go 5 more years.
5 more years. And then what are you going to do in your retirement?
Well, I'll crochet.
Well, Jessie,
I
thank
make
you.
Africans, all kinds of things.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jessie. Good luck.
Just thanks.
Well, Harold, this is Harold Morse. You worked here at McCurdy Fish Company for how long now?
8 years now.
About 8 years now. You also string.
Yeah.
When we started this picture, I noticed down there, you down in the stringing house, you was down there stringing. You like it?
Yep.
It's warm in here.
Right. I run here and work all night.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's pretty cold down there. Hot in the hands, isn't it, down there stringing? Yeah. Okay, thank you, Harold. This is Randy Green. His mother and his father have worked here in the smoke carrying business before. And Randy, how long you been doing it now?
Well, off lots, I've been 16, 17, I've been here.
16 to 17 years old, and you've been here since then, off and on.
Yep.
Yeah. When I come in to visit, I usually try to get in here every day and have one little piece of fish. This is your table here, because this is where I always find you and Harold.
Yep.
No one switches. Everybody stays within the same table, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And what time do you usually start?
I started being thin around 7 in the morning.
Around 7 in the morning.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Randy.
Okay, thank you.
Over here we have Mr. Roy Ramsdell. Roy, he's been doing this for how long now, Roy?
Oh, probably 35, 40 years.
35, 40 years. And your family was in the smoke carrying business years ago, right?
Yeah. Dad had a smoke stand there long for years, yeah.
And was it in Lubec?
Yes, it was.
It was in Pirates Creek, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pirate Creek, they call it.
Yeah, Pirate Creek, yeah. Do you know how that got its name?
No, I don't.
No. But you worked there.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
I worked there about 25 years or so with my father, yeah.
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 That's a long time ago.
Oh, yes. I was away 20 years.
You were away 20 years, and
Yeah.
now you're back.
Back again and skinning again.
They
yeah.
tell me that you're in here early in the morning, sometimes around 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You used to come in here and you'd start in.
Well,
skinning.
not quite that early, but 5, quarter past.
Yeah.
But I don't come so early now.
You don't come so early now. No. Well, thank you, Roy.
Okay. So what?
And here we have Irene Johnson of Lubec. Irene, how long have you been doing this?
Oh, that's about 16. I work for Charlie.
Charlie Ramsdell?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been doing it about 16 years.
Joined them both. Harry Carroll. Worked Arthur before he died, too.
Yeah, yeah. But you've been doing it steady here for several years now. Yeah. Do you enjoy it? Yeah, it's warm in here, and you like it, huh? Like the smell, huh?
I don't know about the smell, but I love to do it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Irene. We've got a box already done now, and Jessie's put it on the scales, and she's gonna take the excess fish
I
off.
want to take a picture of it. I've had 3 pictures taken of it.
Oh, my God.
You have?
I'm supposed to be. There's something funny. You know, when I was up at Columbia, and I never could suit Bernie Harvey. You remember Bernie
Oh,
Harvey?
yes, I remember Bernie.
And he was always making fun of my box, how I packed it, you know. But I think I'm getting better.
Well, yes. Well, yes. So we take...
I'm 80, I ought to get it right.
Yeah. So now we'll follow the box down to where it goes from here after it's on the scale. All righty. Now they bring the box down here. This is Dougie Hopper. He's putting the box covers on the fish. Now, Dougie, go ahead and put a box on that so we can see the procedure of you putting the box on that. And tell us, where does it go from here?
From here, they go to the cooler. They're strapped up, put in a bundle of 4, strapped up, put to the cooler, and then they wait for the next shipment to go to wherever they go.
So you're going to put the cover on them, put them in bundles of 4, put metal straps on them, and put them in the cooler and wait for a shipment to go out.
Right. Next truck, they could go anywhere, New York, wherever.
Now the boxes, you make the boxes?
Yes, we have the material come. They've been coming from Nova Scotia.
Pre-cut.
Already pre-cut.
And you put them together.
Yeah, and we have to put them together.
Thank you, Dougie.
Okay.
This is Roberta Hooper. Roberta, your mother, Tiny, has done this several years, for many years. And your brother is down the other end of the table working, Randy.
Yes.
How long have you done it?
I've been here, it'll be 4 years in December this time.
Mm-hmm.
Then I skun herring. I started in when I was about 12, 13. I
12,
skun
13,
through
yeah.
school. Then I went away for a while, and then I come home and I skun for a while there. Then we moved to the island, and then when I come back, I've been here about 4 years.
Have you worked other skinny sheds besides here?
No, this is the only one.
This
I've
is the
worked
only
in.
one. Mm-hmm. You got a nice looking box of fish.
Thank you. This is the last one we have now.
In the United
In the
States.
United
Yes,
States,
it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's the last one we have. Well, how come you have 2 boxes here?
Because I fill one and then I fill the other. When I get these 2 full, I take my rebate off and it gives me my 3rd box.
Oh, I see. So you're just saving yourself time from walking over there and
Yes.
just
Just
okay.
keeps me from running back and
Running
forth.
back and forth. Mm-hmm. This film was made possible by the owner of McCurdy Fish Company, John P. McCurdy, cameraman Bunky Tinker, Scott Wilcox, and this is the year of 1990. This was filmed in October of 1990. Thank you.